Hey guys, before we get into today's regular video, I want to let you guys know that Retrobit is bringing the classic Genesis game Glay Lancer to American shores. Now you guys know I love a good shooter, especially one with a story mode to it. The game is told through a manga anime style where you play as a girl named Lucia who's trying to find her missing father. Now if you're really into shooters, this is one of those games I call a high risk, high reward type game. So, you know, it can be very difficult in the beginning, but once you catch on, man, this game really takes off. Not only do you have a plethora of weapons at your disposal, but you can also change your ship speed at any given moment to help you with certain situations. And now, just to let you guys know what this comes with, it comes with the ruby red cart, pretty outstanding. You get the manual, of course, you guys know how I feel about manuals. You get the case, of course, slip cover case, and the certificate of authenticity. I know you guys love those, so definitely worth picking this up if you haven't played this game, guys. Seriously, yeah, Retrobit is making it happen for a lot of old school releases, especially for ones that were never ported to America on the Genesis system. But in saying all that, I gotta show you guys a trailer that Retrobit created for you guys. If I can't pump you up for this game, maybe these guys can. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so you saw for yourself, pre-orders are until December 27th. Don't mess around and wait until the last minute. Pre-order your copy now. Don't be that guy who waits till the last minute and says, oh man, I forgot to pre-order. No, pre-order now. I'm putting the information out for you guys now so you have it here. Also, links will be in the description of where you can pre-order from. Castlevania games or limited run games. If you miss out on this game, it better be because either you don't like it or you're broke. Alright, so here is the Retrobit Legacey16 wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch and the Super Nintendo. Now the reason I picked this controller up is because I feel like the model for the Super Nintendo controller is one of the best like control models out there. You know, a lot of companies later on, PlayStation 1, kind of like copied that model of how that design is on the controller, and I feel like it fits my hands the best pretty much when it comes to games. Immediately when I tried this controller out, it felt good on the hands. Controls were nice and tight. You know, it felt like there was no lag on the games I was playing, which I'll show here in a bit. So here's the USB cable that comes with it, so that this is what you use to charge your controller. Here is the Super Nintendo receiver, and also the receiver for the Switch. And also, this controller will last around 10 to 13 hours when fully charged, which is pretty impressive. Now, one of the ways I always test these type of controllers is with a fighting game. If controls are precise, you can pull off like certain complicated moves in a fighting game, then I feel like a controller has pretty much proven itself. So the first game we're looking at here is Chaos Code for the Nintendo Switch. And the reason I picked this game out is because it's pretty much unknown. And it has some complicated moves to pull off, so definitely wanted to try them out. Now I know the best way to test out like controls on a fighting game is to definitely go to the training mode. But when it comes to training in fighting games, I like to train against the computer because you're under that pressure of being beaten pretty much. So definitely a way I like to try to train in these games. And also just to kind of like keep the moves like active, I made the super gauges at their maxes so I can always pull off these moves at any time I want. Now just to let everybody know, man, the computer was giving me a tough time. You know, I haven't played this game in quite a while, so it was taking me a bit to get used to everything again. But man, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with this game, and playing with this controller was perfect because once I started to get the flow of everything, like the moves started just coming out easy. The next move was always hard for me to pull off. This is the ultimate chaos move, and as soon as I tried the inputs, it came right out. So I wanted to make sure that pulling off these moves wasn't a fluke, so I tried another character. Next up is a platform Metrovania game called Momodora. I wanted to check this game out because the controls, I feel like in this game have to be very tight, especially for like certain boss battles. And I felt like it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it felt great. Even though I sucked at fighting the boss, I really felt like everything I did was my fault. It wasn't because like lag of the controller or anything like that. So it was perfect. Horizon Chase Turbo was another game I got to enjoy with the controller. It felt perfect playing it with the Legacey16. Overall, I think the Legacey16 will be a welcome addition to anybody's collection. You know, me personally, I used to switch joypads all the time, so this is a welcome addition to my collection. Alright guys, so before we end this video, we have one more game to talk about. Battletoads and Double Dragons for the Super Nintendo. Yes, Retrobit is bringing this out for us, and I think it's pretty outstanding. I think this is pretty much the definitive version of the game, I would say the Super Nintendo version. Now, some of you may not remember, some of you may remember that this game was a big deal back in the day. You had the ultimate team up between the Battletoads and the Double Dragons, you know, and this was the first time I remember seeing like a game crossover, at least one that was popular. If you want a good reason to pick this game up, not only is it a cool beat 'em up that kind of changes things up, it mixes things up with the gameplay, but it has one outstanding soundtrack. The music in this game is flawless, some of the best that Rare has ever put out. So looking at the product itself, you get the numbered deluxe hardcover cartridge packaging, which comes with the green cart that represents the Battletoads. You get, of course, one of my favorite things, a manual. You gotta have the manual to see how things work in this game. But overall, the package is very similar to the previous packaging that they did with the NES version of this game. So if you missed out on that one, you know, you might want to pick this one up. Like I said, I think this is the best version of Battletoads and Double Dragons. One of my favorite games of all time. And I want to get this information out there for you guys because I don't want you to be that guy that says, "Oh, Reggie, man, I wish you had told me about this because I would have liked to buy it." I'm telling you now, pay attention, pick this up while you have the chance. You have until December 27th to pick this up. So, like I said, I'm getting the word out to you guys. And also what's cool now is Retrobit is doing like multiple pre-orders at once. You know, they're doing this and Glaylancer at the same time. So hopefully they'll do more of these in the future, you know, to help us get more games that we want. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I will have all the links in the description, so you have them at your disposal. Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.